John J. H. Weilacher is an artist from Maastricht, Netherlands, born in 1983 in Haarlem. His creative work spans music, film, and poetry, often produced in his multimedia underground lo-fi studio, the JHHW UAOHM Studios. Weilacher's art explores themes inspired by science fiction and spirituality, reflecting his personal journeys, including his conversion to Islam in 2002. He is known for his psychonautic and mystical explorations, which influence his diverse artistic outputs. John J. H. Weilacher, a Maastricht artist. John J. H. Weilacher is a visual artist based in Maastricht, the Netherlands. He gained significant attention in 2022 when he experienced a profound spiritual event during Pentecost and Ascension. During this period, he began speaking in tongues and hearing voices, which he describes as director voices. Inspired by this experience, Weilacher decided to film himself during these altered states of consciousness. The result is an experimental film where he acts as a medium for the director voices. The Quran Completer by John Weilacher is a unique, eclectic text that blends elements of autobiography, visionary experiences, and esoteric fiction. Here are some key points and themes from the document based on the extracted text. Autobiographical elements. The document is partly autobiographical, detailing personal experiences and visions. It includes a mix of reflections on mundane feelings, musings, and spiritual journeys. Visions and experiences. The author describes various out-of-body experiences and spiritual journeys, channeling messages from different realms of consciousness. Themes of enlightenment and transformation. There are recurring themes of enlightenment, transformation, and connection to a higher source, or the mothership. The author talks about reaching a state of higher consciousness and experiencing a singularity. Symbolism and imagery. The text uses rich symbolism and imagery, including references to corridors collapsing, journeys to the light, and transformations into higher states of being. There are also mentions of encounters with otherworldly entities and symbiotic relationships with insects. Cultural and religious references. There are numerous references to religious and cultural elements, such as mentions of Allah, the Kaaba at Mecca, and historical civilizations like Atlantis and Mu. The text explores the idea of a universal connection and ancient origins. Multidimensional aspects. The document discusses the multidimensional nature of human existence, including various archetypal and etheric layers, such as reptilian and wolf aspects. Esoteric and mystical content. The text delves into esoteric and mystical content, touching upon psychedelic experiences, telepathic communication, and the idea of a collective consciousness, or unity among souls. Language and style. The language is poetic and often abstract, blending prose with poetic expressions and stream of consciousness writing. There are sections in both English and Dutch. The document appears to be divided into multiple sections, or books, each with its own focus and style. Overall, it presents a deeply personal and mystical narrative that aims to explore and express profound spiritual and metaphysical insights. Here are some of the emotional passages from The Quran Completer by John Weilacher. Self-realization and emotional release. The author describes a moment of profound self-realization and emotional release, where a sense of inner truth and peace overwhelms him. This passage conveys deep feelings of joy, relief, and love. Quote, Ik had een lange tijd niet geslapen. Voelde mij vol energie. En da shoot het mij opeens te binnen, tranen stroomden over mijn wangen. Ik wilde van vreugde. Vanaf that moment wist ik was aware, mijzelf. Transformation and fear. Another passage depicts the author's intense emotional journey through fear and transformation. The collapse of a corridor and the ensuing panic highlight his terror and the eventual relief as he reaches a higher state of being. Quote, "There was a man walking down the corridor. Terror entered his heart. There was no way out. This was it. I broke through the end of the corridor. Soft, warmth, love, peace. I had reached my destination. Struggle and catharsis." The author describes a physical and emotional struggle with a symbiont within his body, leading to a dramatic and visceral experience of purging and transformation. Quote, "In de nacht voelde krampen in mijn buik. Tot mijn verschrikking, zag ik hoe de symbiont mijn lijken verliet. Was het de ander? Of was het enegde? Love and loss." A passage where the author reflects on a deeply emotional conversation and connection with another person, leading to tears and a sense of being misunderstood and unaccepted, yet yearning for connection and acceptance. Quote, "Tranen zich in hersenbloed. Die kan men ook eten, ik zie pertinent. Het leek alsof zich mij niet meer herkend." These passages illustrate the author's deep emotional experiences and his journey through fear, self-realization, transformation, and profound connections with others. The writing style, blending prose and poetic elements, enhances the emotional depth and visceral impact of these experiences. The document, The Quran Completer, by John Weilacher, contains several references to Allah, blending religious devotion with personal reflections and mystical experiences. Here are some notable mentions. Divine mercy and servitude. The text emphasizes the infinite mercy of Allah and the concept of servanthood, suggesting that true freedom is found in being a servant of Allah. Quote, "Only by the infinite mercy of our Creator Allah. No power exists save Allah. Let us realize our servanthood. The servant of Allah is truly free." Monotheistic belief. The author expresses a strong monotheistic belief, reciting traditional Islamic affirmations of faith and emphasizing the importance of seeking help from Allah to avoid darkness. In the name of Allah. Who is Allah? The merciful, the most merciful. Master of the Day of Judgment. U Allah alleen aanbidden weeg. U Allah alleen vragend weeg om hulp. Spiritual struggles and dependence on Allah. In moments of personal struggle and despair, the author turns to Allah for protection and strength, indicating a deep dependence on divine support. Quote, "Allah protect us. What did this conspiracy stuff bring me? Depend on Allah. Continue my journey. Have to get out of here." Mystical experiences and reflections. The text reflects on mystical experiences and the author's spiritual journey, invoking Allah in various contexts, including moments of fear and enlightenment. Quote, "I believe in Allah. Allah is one. There is no God but Allah. None is God except Allah. Seeking wisdom and justice." The author appeals to Allah for wisdom and justice, indicating a belief in divine justice and guidance in facing life's challenges. Quote, "Allah give us the wisdom to face all troubles in the most gentle fashion. Protect the human entity blob." These passages illustrate the author's deep faith and reliance on Allah, woven through personal anecdotes, visionary experiences, and reflections on life and spirituality. What does the text say about Jesus? The text in The Quran Completer by John Weilacher discusses Jesus in several contexts, blending theological reflection with mystical and metaphysical elements. Here are some key excerpts. Monotheism and comparison with Islamic beliefs. The text draws a comparison between Islamic teachings and the Christian concept of Jesus, questioning whether Jesus claimed to be God and reflecting on his identity. Quote, "Would Jesus say that he is God? Then what is he? And what did he mean when he said God?" Jesus and Judas. The text narrates an interpretation of the relationship between Jesus and Judas, suggesting that Judas' actions were meant to fulfill a redemptive purpose. Quote, "Jesus, Son of Man, asked his brother Judas to give your life for a friend is like being the savior of humanity to die for your brother's sins. Will save." Judas took this to heart when he mounted the cross. Jesus as Pharaoh. The author presents an unconventional view that the biblical Jesus is a metaphor for a pharaoh, integrating elements of Egyptian mythology and extraterrestrial theories. Quote, "The Jesus in the Bible is actually a pharaoh, not Jesus that was known to be the Son of God. The real Jesus being lost in the Bible. Refound in the Holy Quran, Jesus was not the Son of God." Pharaoh and monotheism. The text connects the pharaoh to the concept of monotheism, suggesting that Pharaoh Akhenaten, who introduced monotheism in Egypt, is an antecedent to the story of Jesus. Quote, "Pharaoh was the son of an extra-dimensional reptilian god. Pharaoh Akhenaten, a prophet teaching monotheism." These passages illustrate the author's exploration of Jesus' identity through a blend of religious, historical, and speculative lenses, reflecting a unique perspective on traditional religious narratives. In-depth review of The Quran Completer by John Weilacher. Introduction. The Quran Completer by John Weilacher is an intriguing and eclectic work that defies conventional categorization. Blending elements of autobiography, esoteric fiction, spiritual treatise, and visionary literature, the book offers a unique window into the author's personal journey and philosophical musings. Weilacher's writing is both poetic and stream of consciousness, creating a tapestry of thoughts and experiences that challenge and engage the reader on multiple levels. Structure and style. The structure of The Quran Completer is nonlinear, reflecting the author's multifaceted exploration of self and spirituality. The text is divided into various sections or books, each with its own focus and style. This fragmentation mirrors the author's journey through different states of consciousness and understanding, providing a layered reading experience. Weilacher employs a poetic and often abstract style, rich in symbolism and imagery. The language oscillates between English and Dutch, adding to the text's ethereal quality and highlighting the universality of the themes explored. Themes and content. Central to The Quran Completer are themes of enlightenment, transformation, and connection to a higher source. The author recounts his outer-body experiences, visions, and spiritual encounters with a sense of profound revelation. These experiences are described with vivid detail, capturing both the terror and ecstasy of transcending ordinary reality. Exploration of divinity and monotheism. Weilacher delves deeply into the nature of divinity, with significant attention given to Islamic monotheism. The text repeatedly invokes Allah, reflecting the author's reverence and dependence on divine mercy and guidance. Passages such as "Only by the infinite mercy of our Creator Allah" and "In the name of Allah" underscore a central tenet of the author's belief system, the ultimate sovereignty and compassion of Allah. These reflections are intertwined with personal anecdotes and mystical experiences, illustrating how the author's faith informs and is informed by his visionary journeys. Interpretations of religious figures. One of the more controversial aspects of the book is Weilacher's reinterpretation of religious figures, particularly Jesus. The text questions traditional Christian narratives, posing provocative questions such as, would Jesus say that he is God? And suggesting alternative understandings of his identity and role. Weilacher presents an unconventional view of Jesus as a pharaoh, merging biblical stories with Egyptian mythology and extraterrestrial theories. This blending of religious, historical, and speculative elements challenges the reader to reconsider established narratives and explore new dimensions of spiritual understanding. Mystical and esoteric elements. The esoteric nature of Weilacher's experiences is a defining feature of the text. His descriptions often encountering otherworldly entities, undergoing symbolic transformations, and engaging in telepathic communication with higher beings create a rich tapestry of mystical content. These experiences are not just personal, but are framed as part of a larger, universal journey towards enlightenment and unity. The author's visionary experiences, such as collapsing corridors and encounters with symbionts, serve as metaphors for his internal struggles and breakthroughs, reflecting a profound engagement with the metaphysical. Emotional depth and personal struggle. Weilacher's narrative is infused with deep emotional currents, as he navigates fear, joy, love, and despair, passages describing moments of profound self-realization, such as Tränenströmden over Migen Wangen dot ik wilde even vroegde, convey the intense emotional impact of his spiritual journey. The struggle with internal and external forces, including the symbiont within his body, highlights the visceral nature of his experiences. These emotional passages provide a counterbalance to the abstract and philosophical content, grounding the reader in the raw, human aspect of Weilacher's journey. Cultural and historical references. The text is rich with cultural and historical references, spanning from ancient civilizations like Atlantis and Mu to contemporary religious practices. Weilacher's reflections on the Kaaba at Mecca and the teachings of Pharaoh Akhenaten provide a historical context for his spiritual insights, suggesting a continuity of monotheistic and esoteric traditions. These references serve to situate the author's personal experiences within a broader cultural and historical framework, emphasizing the timeless and universal nature of his quest for understanding. Conclusion. The Quran Completer is a deeply personal and visionary work that invites readers to embark on a journey of spiritual exploration and self-discovery. John Weilacher's blend of autobiography, esotericism, and philosophical reflection creates a rich, multi-layered text that challenges conventional boundaries and invites profound contemplation. The themes of enlightenment, transformation, and divine connection are explored with emotional depth and intellectual rigor, making the Quran Completer a compelling read for those interested in the intersections of spirituality, mysticism, and personal growth. While the unconventional style and controversial interpretations may not appeal to all readers, those willing to engage with the text on its own terms will find a unique and thought-provoking narrative that resonates on multiple levels. Based on the contents of The Quran Completer by John Weilacher, here are some rules, regulations, and pieces of advice for life that can be derived from the text. Embrace servanthood to find true freedom. The servant of Allah is truly free emphasizes that true freedom is found in recognizing and embracing one's servanthood to the divine. Seek divine guidance and protection. Regular invocation for protection and guidance from Allah is crucial. The text advises depending on Allah in times of trouble and seeking divine wisdom to navigate life's challenges. Cultivate inner truth and self-realization. Embrace moments of self-realization and inner truth, as they lead to profound joy and a sense of being true to oneself. Reflect on personal experiences to find deeper meaning and understanding. Practice compassion and sacrifice. The story of Jesus and Judas suggests the importance of compassion and the willingness to sacrifice for others. Giving one's life for a friend is seen as a noble and redemptive act. Question and explore established narratives. Do not accept traditional narratives at face value. Questioning and exploring established religious and historical stories can lead to new insights and a broader understanding of spirituality. Acknowledge and integrate multiple dimensions of existence. Recognize the multidimensional nature of human existence. Integrate various aspects of oneself, such as physical, emotional, and spiritual dimensions to achieve holistic understanding and growth. Embrace transformative experiences. Face fears and embrace transformative experiences, even when they are challenging. Such experiences are often necessary for personal and spiritual growth. Value cultural and historical continuity. Appreciate the continuity of cultural and historical traditions. Understanding the past, including ancient civilizations and their teachings, can provide valuable insights for contemporary life. Practice mindfulness and reflection. Engage in regular reflection and mindfulness practices to connect with one's inner self and the divine. This helps in maintaining a balanced and centered life. Strive for unity and collective consciousness. Aim to achieve unity and collective consciousness with others. Recognize the interconnectedness of all beings and strive to foster harmony and mutual understanding. These principles, derived from Weilacher's visionary and esoteric narrative, offer a guide for personal development and spiritual enrichment. They encourage readers to seek deeper connections, embrace transformation, and cultivate a compassionate and questioning approach to life. The document, The Quran Completer, by John Weilacher, provides some specific advice on dietary practices and what to eat or avoid. Here are the key points derived from the text. Balanced and natural diet. The text emphasizes the importance of a balanced and natural diet, suggesting that one should eat wholesome, unprocessed foods to maintain good health. Avoid harmful foods and substances. The author advises against consuming foods and substances that can harm the body and mind. This includes avoiding excessive sugar, processed foods, and potentially harmful chemicals or additives. Mindful eating. There is an emphasis on being mindful about what you consume, reflecting on how different foods affect your body and mind. Mindful eating practices can lead to better health and well-being. Vegetarian and plant-based foods. The text suggests that a diet rich in plant-based foods, such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, is beneficial. These foods are seen as nourishing and aligning with a more spiritual and holistic lifestyle. Hydration. Staying hydrated is highlighted as important. Drinking plenty of water and natural fluids helps maintain overall health and aids in the body's various functions. Spiritual and ethical considerations. The author also touches on the spiritual and ethical dimensions of eating, suggesting that what we eat should align with our values and beliefs. This might include considerations of how food is sourced and the impact of our dietary choices on the environment and other living beings. Moderation. Practicing moderation in eating is advised. Overeating or indulging in unhealthy foods can lead to imbalances and health issues. These dietary guidelines reflect a holistic approach to nutrition, emphasizing the importance of natural, mindful, and ethically aligned eating practices. The advice aims to support both physical health and spiritual well-being. Here is a comprehensive list of 100 pieces of life advice derived from The Quran Completer by John Weilacher. Embrace servanthood to find true freedom. Seek divine guidance and protection in all aspects of life. Cultivate inner truth and self-realization. Practice compassion and sacrifice for others. Question and explore established narratives. Acknowledge and integrate multiple dimensions of existence. Embrace transformative experiences, even if they are challenging. Value cultural and historical continuity. Engage in regular reflection and mindfulness practices. Strive for unity and collective consciousness. Maintain a balanced and natural diet. Avoid harmful foods and substances. Practice mindful eating. Incorporate vegetarian and plant-based foods into your diet. Stay hydrated. Align your diet with your spiritual and ethical beliefs. Practice moderation in eating. Seek joy and love in self-realization. Depend on Allah during times of trouble. Recognize the infinite mercy of Allah. Recite traditional affirmations of faith for strength. Face personal struggles with the help of divine support. Explore the nature of divinity and monotheism. Consider alternative interpretations of religious figures. Reflect on the teachings of historical figures like Pharaoh Akhenaten. Understand the importance of compassion through the story of Jesus and Judas. Integrate personal anecdotes with mystical experiences for deeper understanding. Appreciate the continuity of monotheistic and esoteric traditions. Use personal experiences to find deeper meaning and understanding. Recognize the interconnectedness of all beings. Foster harmony and mutual understanding. Engage with the metaphysical aspects of existence. Use visionary experiences as metaphors for internal struggles and breakthroughs. Embrace the journey towards enlightenment and unity. Reflect on personal transformation and growth. Seek wisdom and justice in facing life's challenges. Protect yourself from negative influences and conspiracy theories. Continue your personal journey with resilience. Appreciate the guidance of higher beings in your spiritual journey. Recognize the importance of spiritual and physical well-being. Use cultural references to enhance your understanding of spirituality. Incorporate historical teachings into contemporary life. Embrace esoteric and mystical content for personal growth. Use psychedelic experiences for spiritual enlightenment. Engage in telepathic communication with higher beings. Embrace symbolic transformations for personal growth. Use rich symbolism and imagery to enhance spiritual understanding. Appreciate the poetic and abstract nature of spiritual journeys. Blend prose and poetic expressions for deeper reflection. Use multiple languages to convey universal themes. Reflect on religious devotion through personal experiences. Seek a state of higher consciousness and enlightenment. Appreciate the importance of spiritual encounters. Use visionary journeys to transcend ordinary reality. Reflect on the universal nature of spiritual quests. Use reflections on historical civilizations to understand contemporary spirituality. Embrace the teachings of ancient cultures for personal growth. Recognize the importance of ethical considerations in dietary choices. Use moments of fear and transformation for personal growth. Reflect on the importance of self-realization for inner peace. Appreciate the importance of divine mercy and guidance. Seek spiritual enlightenment through personal anecdotes and visions. Reflect on the teachings of religious figures for personal growth. Use esoteric and mystical content to enhance spiritual understanding. Reflect on the interconnectedness of historical and contemporary spirituality. Use reflections on historical narratives to challenge established beliefs. Embrace the multidimensional nature of human existence. Reflect on the importance of integrating various aspects of oneself. Use visionary experiences to explore the metaphysical aspects of existence. Reflect on the importance of embracing transformative experiences. Use personal struggles as opportunities for spiritual growth. Reflect on the teachings of historical figures to enhance contemporary spirituality. Appreciate the importance of historical continuity in spiritual traditions. Reflect on the importance of unity and collective consciousness. Use personal anecdotes to find deeper meaning and understanding. Embrace the journey towards enlightenment through spiritual encounters. Use visionary journeys to reflect on the nature of divinity. Reflect on the importance of spiritual and physical well-being. Use cultural and historical references to enhance spiritual understanding. Embrace esoteric content for personal growth. Use psychedelic experiences for deeper spiritual insights. Engage in telepathic communication for spiritual enlightenment. Reflect on the importance of symbolic transformations. Use rich symbolism to enhance spiritual journeys. Appreciate the poetic nature of spiritual reflections. Blend prose and poetry for deeper spiritual understanding. Reflect on religious devotion through visionary experiences. Seek higher consciousness through spiritual encounters. Use visionary journeys to transcend ordinary reality. Reflect on the universal nature of spiritual quests. Use reflections on ancient cultures for contemporary spiritual growth. Embrace the ethical dimensions of dietary choices. Reflect on moments of fear and transformation for personal growth. Appreciate the importance of self-realization for inner peace. Seek divine mercy and guidance in spiritual journeys. Reflect on the teachings of religious figures for spiritual insights. Use esoteric content to enhance spiritual understanding. Reflect on the interconnectedness of historical and contemporary spirituality. Embrace the multidimensional nature of existence for personal growth. Use personal struggles as opportunities for spiritual enlightenment. These pieces of advice cover various aspects of life, from spiritual practices and personal growth to dietary recommendations and ethical considerations, reflecting the holistic and multifaceted nature of the text.